So, hello, Leo. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, however you want to look at that. This is going to be just a general reading. We'll read how the cards lay, no particular topic. Um, this is for May 2023, and I am using Somnia, and we're doing something a little different. If you've watched some of the other ones, I'm going to pull 3 cards on the energies throughout the month, and then we're going to take a look at what you don't see this month and a challenge. Actually, your challenge, what you don't see. I'm going to pull 2 cards for the good stuff, or what to look forward to, or what to watch for, also. Keep an eye out for. And then actions or advice, 2 cards, and then an outcome. So let's see what's going to happen here. I'm using Somnia Tarot. These cards are so hard to shuffle. So I kind of have to do a lot of it. I do start shuffling well before I come on, because I don't want to spend too much time shuffling. So what does our Leo, almost said Aries, sorry. What does our Leo need to know today? What does Leo need to know? For May 2023. Okay, I am going to pull from the deck 3 cards, please. Queen of Swords, Death, 7 of Cups. Those are kind of your energies throughout the month. Challenge, King of Swords. Okay, Leo. What you don't see, 6 of Wands. 2 cards for what to look forward to, Strength, and 9 of Cups. Nice. Then we have advice. 1 card for advice I'm going to do, which is Page of Wands. And then outcome, and I'm not going to tell you what the outcome is. Oh, yeah. I'll get there. Okay, the bottom of the deck is Judgment, and I feel like there's some kind of like epiphany here. When I see this, he's like being reborn, basically. It is. It's like this feeling of coming out of some kind of unclear position, or you're either going to have this spark of knowing what you need to change or knowing what direction you need to go in. It's like all of a sudden you just kind of know this. And that's kind of what's happening throughout the month. It has to do with kind of a growth, like you're growing. And I see that smack in the middle of the month with the Death card. So the energies throughout the month, we have Queen of Swords, Death, and 7 of Cups. And I'm going to show you these best I can. And when I see these two, I look at like the Queen of Swords, has, she's pretty black and white, but she's very precise and very logical. And I feel like in the beginning of the month, that starts your month with a lot of logic. You're looking at a situation from a very logical standpoint. You're using your logic for whatever purpose. I feel like this feels to me, it could be relationship, but I think it's pretty open. There's nothing that tells me work for sure, relationship for sure. So I think it's going to really be how it resonates with you. And at the beginning of the month, you're just like really looking at something very logically, not looking at it from your heart, not looking at it from the pocketbook, but really like what's going to make the best sense logically. So that means you could be doing like writing things down, looking at how is this going to work, da 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 da. The middle of the month, you start realizing, well, I feel like it might actually come as a surprise. My gut says that this Death card in the middle of the month is telling me that that's where this whole judgment starts to take place here. I think because of the logic and whatever you were working on at the beginning of the month, putting that logic and that into place, you start to make changes in your life, you're going to realize like that you're going to realize something needs to go at this point in the middle of the month, and you're trying to figure out what that is, which I believe leads to the 7 of Cups, is making those choices. So as the month goes on, you're doing the logic thing, you're thinking about it. The middle of the month leads to more of a um, presence of change, knowing. I think now you will know, because you've done this logically, that something needs to go to make room for other things. And what that is, the end of the month is going to be hard, because that's where those choices are going to start coming in. And that's when you're going to start deciding what to let go and what to move forward with. There's the end of the month, I'm not going to lie, I feel like it's going to be kind of tough, because the middle of the month is this feeling of, I know what I got to do, but I'm not sure exactly what direction to go into. And I feel like, there is that feeling with the 7 of Cups of, am I making the right choice? Because, right, there could be really good things and could be really hard things in these choices that we make. But I think no matter what, when we look at the Death card, I personally like looking at transformation, but it's also hard, because when we look at the Death or the 10 of Swords, we have to let something go. To me, the Death card and letting it go is letting it grow. So it's taking a situation and either transforming that situation into making it better and making it work, or letting it go and letting something else come out of you, kind of like a butterfly. But either way, it's growth. But and even if it's changing a situation and growing that situation, there is a piece of it that's left behind, always, always, always. And but I do believe too, with the Death card and those changes that happen with the Death specifically, is it is a growth. And it can be very spiritual, but it also can be very healing. It can be very transformative, because that's really what the Death is. So I do feel like that's going to really set the tone for the choices that you make at the end of the month. I do like what you have to look forward to. The good stuff is good. The This is the challenge, is the King of Swords. This could be someone challenging you on your logic. And it could be a partner. It definitely could be, a husband, a wife, a, just a boyfriend, girlfriend, just a partner of any kind. It could be a partner at work too, like someone that you work with or that you partner up with. Um, they're, they are challenging your logic here. So your logic is being challenged, and that's going to be hard. And I think I'm take a look at that advice. It's a hard advice card, but you're going to have to really stick to your guns here, because you are being challenged with this. Is your logic correct? Are someone's really kind of fighting back with you on your logic. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it actually could be a good thing, because I think that's when this leads to the choices, and you're going to realize, well, I got more choices than I thought I did, or that kind of thing. Sometimes when people challenge us on how we're thinking or believing, or our logic that we are using, it helps us also to open up that logic. So this is a challenge, but I feel like it could be a positive challenge. You're going to have to really, like, someone's calling you out, basically. What you don't see is the 6 of Wands. So there is definitely some kind of recognition here, whatever this situation is. There's recognition. Someone's recognizing you, or you are recognizing yourself. But whatever this is that you don't see, which is the 6 of Wands, is, I think that finally, like, things are going to come to light. Here's the problem. The outcome, I will tell you, is the 8 of Swords. So the outcome is not an easy outcome either. And I'll probably have to clarify that a little bit, or read one card out. But I feel like you don't see all of the good that's happening here with this transformation that's happening. So when you go to make those choices towards the end of the month and you're trying to figure this out, like this is kind of like a, a growth thing throughout the month. But towards the end of the month, you're going to be going, what do I do here? How do I do this? But I think what you don't see is that things will come to light. There is recognition out there too. But what do I want to say? There's like, someone will solidify like what you're doing. Like, I think that's the right word. They'll help you make sense of it. Like you're going to recognize that it makes sense and that what you're doing is right. But I still feel like at the end of the month, you're still going to feel a little stuck by the end of the month. You're still going to feel like those choices, you're not sure which way to go. You're going to get stuck because of the Eight of Swords as the outcome. But keep in mind that I think that you can change that. What the good stuff is and what to look forward to is know that you're strong enough because you have strength here. So know that you're strong. Know that you can get through this situation, whatever you're working through. And again, this could be any life area because I'm not seeing anything in particular. You can do it. You have strength on your back. But with the Nine of Cups, is your wishes are going to be granted. And know that, because this is what to watch for. Watch for what. So with the Seven of Cups at the end of the month, it's going to be so hard to deal with on making a choice. And I feel like it will be hard. I'm not going to lie. Now, how hard? I don't know, but it's going to be hard. And the Nine of Cups, what to watch for is your dreams and wishes are in there. And if you've spent the logical time thinking about it, you know more about what you want and what to make of things than you think you probably do by the end of the month. There's going to be I think this Death card confuses you. Like, so this transformation, this change kind of confuses you at the end of the month. You felt like you had all your ducks in a row at the beginning of the month, Queen of Swords. Then things then you develop, and then all of a sudden now you've got to make choices, and it's like, well, I thought I had it all together here. But again, it's like, keep that sight on your dreams, on your desires. Nine of Cups. Keep looking for that. Keep watching for it, and have your eye on that prize, because that's what this is. This is what you're not seeing. This is what to watch. This is what to look for. Look for your dreams. Find the strength within yourself, because you've got this more than you probably think you do. And I'm always reminded in the other cards, like when I see the Strength card with that lion, I am always thinking about Leo. Always, always, always. Page of, I don't know, I don't do astrology as far as what cards go with what signs, but I feel that way. The Page of Wands is your advice, and I feel like this is to continue to study, because the pages are learning. All of the pages are either messages or learning, and I feel like he is sitting there writing a message. I think the advice is write a message to yourself. Write yourself a letter, write yourself something as if you were giving advice to somebody else that was in your exact situation. If someone came to you and said, hey, this is my situation, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them? What direction would you tell them to lean towards or even think about? You don't have to tell them which way to go, but how would you advise a friend in your exact situation? And that's the advice here. Write that down. Write a letter to yourself. But as if you were somebody else. Like, don't call yourself out. If you were to tell somebody else, how would you write that letter? And you are now somebody else. Call yourself by name. It's important because we treat other people a lot differently than we treat ourselves. We're a lot more kind. We're a lot more, we are very hard on ourselves, usually, normally. And sometimes too hard. And that, to me, Page of Wands is about a written communication a lot of times. And I think it's advice. So I think this will help you through that Seven of Cups. How would you guide someone else? How would you guide your best friend, your lover? How would you guide someone you're mentoring at work or training, or how would you guide them? Put that down in words. Guide yourself, but again, do it from a third person. Is that, yeah? Is that how you say that? Um, your outcome is Eight of Swords. You're putting yourself here, by the way. So I think the advice is going to be important, because I think the advice will help you get through this Eight of Swords moment where you feel very, very stuck. I don't like leaving it here, so I am going to say what will come after this. Yeah, Knight of Cups. So yeah, you are going to feel stuck. There's going to be, so the outcome is feeling stuck. But I think the advice, if you take the advice, then the Knight of Cups is going to take you into something that you love and appreciate and want, and give you the protection that you need to move forward. I do feel like this Eight of Swords too, even though that's a hard card, it may be necessary. This may be that point where you just have to stop and know that you need to figure this out. But I think if you follow the advice with the Page of Wands, this Eight of Swords isn't going to be as hard. And I feel like that when you're in this stuck position, which is the Seven of Cups at the end of the month, I feel like that letter will help you move forward. But I also feel like that sometimes we need to stop. I don't say that very often, because to me, it's like, having that energy to keep moving. But I do feel like it can also tell you to stop. Sometimes we just need to stop. Let things be, take a break, and then come back to it. Because sometimes when we get in our head, which I feel like this is happening here, there's too many choices. There's too many things to do. What do I do? Stop. But I do feel like that stop leads you to something that will be really good for you, good for your heart, good for your, just good, creative good, love good. It doesn't matter. You're going to feel good once you get through this stuck place. So it goes from here, it goes from here to here. And that's what you'll be leaning towards. And I think the advice is going to be really important about looking at this from a perspective of someone else looking in. What would you tell a friend? How would you tell a friend to deal with this situation? And I think that's what's going to lead you to that Knight of Cups energy versus staying stuck in the mud with this Eight of Swords. So that is your May reading. Now keep in mind, I stay very current. This is literally May stuff. So even though the Eight of Swords comes out, it doesn't mean that that's going to be the absolute outcome always. It's a stop along the way, as I always say. Sometimes we look at that and when we get a reading and go, oh, I'm just damned. But it's not true. That's just a point in time. Time moves, so that's going to change. But that's why I pulled the Knight of Cups, another card, so that you could see there is going to be movement out of that stuck position. Because I don't like leaving a reading as stuck, because that just is what? Oh, it's not about. So there you have it, Leo. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button. These things really do help. It allows me to see if people are being resonated by it too. Do I want to, what am I doing? I'll always do me, so I'm always going to do what's important to me, because I feel like the people that need to see them will see it. But, yeah, I like to hear from people too. So take care and have a beautiful day.